Hajj sites and distances is the first part of our Hajj course, inshallah, or the Hajj session. How to perform Hajj. The first and foremost important thing is to understand and familiarize ourselves with the locations. And inshallah, we'll go through those distances and where each place is from the bird's eye view, inshallah ta'ala. The second part is al-ihram, but this is the ihram for the Hajj and not for the Umrah. For those performing Qiran, which is the Umrah and Hajj together in one ihram, there is no ihram because he or she is in the state of al-ihram. So just to repeat once again, the two Hajj that are that relate to us, the first one is Qiran and the second one is Tamattu'. We will be performing Tamattu' Hajj, and just a reminder, Qiran is that Hajj which is Umrah and Hajj together with one intention and one ihram. The Qiran Hajj is that Hajj which is one intention of both Hajj and Umrah. There is no infisal, there is no gap, there is no break in terms of coming out of ihram. The Tamattu' Hajj is that Hajj which has a gap in between. So that means the intention from UK or from Medina or from wherever you are, in USA, wherever you are, would be that you are intending to perform Umrah first. So you make intention for Umrah and you are in the state of al-ihram, okay? And then when you perform the ihram and talbiyah, then the tawaf, then the sa'i between Safa and Marwa, then after you shave or shorten your hair, that Umrah is complete. And then you can come out of that ihram and you become halal, you come out of ihram. You are in normal clothing, normal state, in the normal state, not in the ihram state. A few days later, you make a new intention, that is the niyyah for Hajj. So there are two niyyahs involved, two ihrams involved in the Tamattu' Hajj, and in the Qiran Hajj, only one intention and one ihram. Is that clear, inshallah? I'm just trying to cover what is the Qiran and Tamattu'. And inshallah, Tamattu' is the better Hajj, inshallah ta'ala. And this is the one that we will be performing, or many people will be performing this year. And that's why the first and foremost thing we covered is how to perform Umrah. Now we're out of Ihram and we're in normal clothes. After going through from Safa to Marwa and then cutting the hair, okay, doing the sa'i, we've come out of Ihram and we're now in normal clothing. When the day of Hajj comes, which are set, remember our definition for Hajj is, that it is an act of worship that we come to or we intend for Mecca at a particular time, at a particular place, in a specific time, in a specific place, in a specific way, in a particular way. Right? So that means when the day comes for Hajj, then we make the new intention for Hajj. Is that okay, inshallah? So that's the aim. So what will happen? This niyyah in Hajj, as we're covering, the overview here is how Hajj step by step. The niyyah here is for what are we making niyyah for? Those who are making niyyah, who are performing Tamattu' Hajj, they're making niyyah for Umrah or Hajj now? For Hajj. Naam. Okay. So we'll discuss that, inshallah, how to make niyyah for Hajj. For those who are already in the state of ihram, there's no niyyah. Correct? All of us will be making niyyah for Hajj, inshallah. The third section is Mina. Okay? And to understand is very simple. There are 5 days of Hajj. There are 5 days of Hajj. And we go by the Islamic calendar, not the Gregorian calendar. We go by the Islamic calendar. the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, the 9th of Dhul Hijjah, the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, the 11th and 12th of Dhul Hijjah. 5 days, or 6 days, or the 13th. If we stay extra 1 day. Okay? There are 5 days of Hajj. So the first day is that day when we are in Mina. And as you can see, Mina will be 8th of Dhul Hijjah. That's the first day of Hajj, 8th of Dhul Hijjah. Okay? The second day is the 9th of Dhul Hijjah. Okay, obviously, and that is the day from Mina we'll go to Arafah. From Mina, we'll go to Arafah. And thereafter, that evening, we'll go to Muzdalifah, insha'Allah ta'ala. Every pilgrim must go to Arafah, and then from Arafah, they go to Muzdalifah. That's the second day of Hajj. How many days left now? 3 days left. So 2 days done. In those 2 days, you are in the state of ihram. You are in the state of al-ihram. You have to be careful. And you can't wear your normal clothes. You have to be very careful. You're in a special state. You're in a state of al-ihram. Day number 3, the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, is the busiest day for any pilgrim, but Eid for Muslims around the world. Eid for Muslim, the Qurbani Eid or the Bakra Eid we say, or the Eid al-Adha. This is the day where people remember, actually around the world, when they're doing the Qurbani, they're remembering those people that are in Hajj, and Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam, both of them alayhi salam, and those rituals are remembered, and therefore the Qurbani is given. Okay? So this is the day for Eid, for Muslims around the world rejoicing, right? For Hujjaj, for pilgrims, it's a busy day. We have so many actions, and those actions are, number 1, Rami, which is to throw pebbles to the Jamaratul Aqaba, which is the big pillar. The big pillar. There are 3 pillars, or we say the small, medium, and the big one, in terms of the action of emulating in repelling the shaitan. Emulating in repelling the shaitan. Okay? The second action is an-nahr, or you could say sacrifice, or al-hadi. Or al-hadi, which is that kind of thanksgiving, that kind of the action for Hajj. One of the actions of Hajj that you are giving slaughter for your Hajj. In the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The next action is to cut your hair, or to shorten your hair, or to shave your hair, and thus far come out of ihram. How many days, based on this summary here, an overview, are we in ihram? Yeah, or to be more precise, 2.5 days. Yeah? It's 3 days, let's say maximum, but it's actually 2.5. So 2.5 days of being in the state of al-ihram. And then once you've cut your hair, right, and your ihram is done, and your rami is done, throwing the pebbles, you're out of al-ihram. Can you wear normal clothes? Yes, you can. Okay? And then on that same day, there is a tawaf, and it is the tawaf of Hajj. Tawaf al-ifada or tawaf al-ziyara. There are many names to that. And that is the tawaf of Hajj. Thereafter, there is a sa'i. The sa'i bayna as-safa wal-marwa. And that needs to be done as well. And this is all on that 10th of Dhul Hijjah. Lots of work. And I can tell you that on that day, for those who walk the whole journey, including doing tawaf and going between Safa and Marwa, it is from Europa camps, or Europe, America, Australia, it's about 26 miles total walking. Total. Okay? However, you're not running it, right? There's a marathon around that much. I think so. But it's not that much, insha'Allah ta'ala. We will see how things go, and inshallah it might be less, much less, insha'Allah ta'ala. That's something else, depending on your tour operator and who provides what service. Finally, 3 days of the Hajj complete, you are basically a Hajji. You're basically, your Hajj is complete, more or less. But there are 2 other days that you have to stay in Mina. Okay? And this is the 11th and the 12th. And if you would like to, you can stay on the 13th. Okay? It is good to, preferable to stay. If you don't, however, there's no harm in that. So most Hajj groups around the world stay for the 11th and the 12th. Some, about 5% of the pilgrims, stay behind on the 13th for another day in Mina. What do you do on the 11th and 12th of Dhul Hijjah, the day 4 and 5? What are the actions? Only simple actions is the rami, which is throwing the pebbles, okay, at the pillars, the small, the medium and the large. The small, the medium and the large, both days. Day 4 and day 5. And if you stay after sunset on day 5, then you stay the following day, and day 6 you also do the 3, and then you leave to Mecca, and thus far your Hajj is more or less complete, insha'Allah ta'ala. That is, in summary, the Hajj. So how many days in Hajj? How many days, everybody? 5 days of Hajj. There are 2 things to know before that. The sites and the distances, knowing that is important. And the preparation for Ihram and Talbiyah itself, that's number 2. The preparation, and the same preparation you did for Umrah, you would perform for Umrah, you do for Hajj. As per the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And then after the intention is made for Hajj, how many days again? Last time, 5 days, insha'Allah ta'ala. Where will you be staying? In Mina. Where will you be staying? In Mina. 1 night in Muzdalifah. There will be no stay in hotels, as per some people assume when they go to Hajj. We will go and stay in the hotels in Hajj time. In Mina, the Hajj is to stay in Mina. That's the ritual of Hajj. Okay? I know the Kaaba is not actually next to the Haram, next to Mina. It's a couple of miles away. So there will be that journey there and back when there is this need to go to the Kaaba and perform tawaf. But the actual Hajj days take place in Mina, Arafah and Muzdalifah. And we'll see that now in a few moments.